The Gospel according to John, chapter 5, passage 3, testimony about Jesus. If I testify about myself, my testimony is not true. There is someone else who testifies in my favor, and I know that his testimony about me is true. You have sent to John, and he has testified to the truth. Not that I accept human testimony, but I mention it that you may be saved. John was a lamp that burned and gave light, and you chose for a time to enjoy his light. I have a testimony weightier than that of John, for the works that the Father has given me to finish, the very works I am doing, testify that the Father has sent me. And the Father who sent me has himself testified concerning me. You have never heard his voice nor seen his form, nor does his word dwell in you, for you do not believe the one he sent. You study the Scriptures diligently because you think that in them you have eternal life. These are the very Scriptures that testify about me, yet you refuse to come to me to have life. I do not accept glory from human beings, but I know you. I know that you do not have the love of God in your hearts. I have come in my Father's name, and you do not accept me, but if someone else comes in his own name, you will accept him. How can you believe since you accept glory from one another but do not seek the glory that comes from the only God? But do not think I will accuse you before the Father. Your accuser is Moses, on whom your hopes are set. If you believed Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote about me. But since you do not believe what he wrote, how are you going to believe what I say? Let's pause for a moment over these words. In this excerpt from the Gospel of John, Jesus explains the authority and testimonies that confirm his mission and divinity. Jesus speaks of the testimony of John the Baptist, who was like a burning and shining lamp, but emphasizes that he has greater testimony than John's, the works he performs as directed by the Father. These works are evidence that the Father sent him. Jesus points out that although the Jews studied the Scriptures, they did not understand that these testify about him. He criticizes them for their lack of faith and God's love in their hearts. Jesus states that he came in the Father's name, but was not accepted, as they seek human glory instead of glory from God. Jesus also mentions Moses, who wrote about him, and says that if they believed Moses, they would believe him too. Thus, Jesus highlights that their reluctance to believe in him stems from their lack of understanding and belief in Moses' writings. This passage shows how important it is to recognize and accept God's testimonies in our lives and to seek glory from God, not people. It calls us to deeper faith and love for God, which transcends human understanding and expectations. Thank you for today. See you soon. Your friend sends warm greetings.